these guys, veterans. Fili, 1 year older at 33. 4 inches taller as we highlight the height discrepancy, and also a pretty sizable 3-inch edge in reach, although it's Ige, the betting favorite. Here's Joe Martinez.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to go. Our co-main event of the evening. 3 rounds is scheduled in the UFC featherweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's a freestyle fighter standing 5 feet 11 inches tall. Weighing in at the featherweight limit, 146 pounds. This veteran holds a record of 23 victories, 10 defeats, and 1 no contest. Fighting out of and representing Sacramento, California, here is Andre Touchy Fili! And across the octagon stands his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. His background, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, and boxing. At 5 feet 7 inches tall, he too weighed in 146 pounds even. In 24 fights, his record stands at 17 victories, with 7 defeats, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, by way of Haleiwa, Hawaii. Here is Dan, 50K Ige! And your referee in charge is Jason Herzog.
Well, several years ago, it was March of 2021, when Dan Ige was fighting Gavin Tucker. His wife, Savannah, was 37 weeks pregnant. He said, I can't let this kid come in and take my number. He knocked out Tucker at 22 seconds of the first round. His wife, Savannah, is 37 weeks pregnant, and he's defending his number this time against Andre Fili. Ige's in the red as the betting favorite. Fili in blue, 8 weeks removed from his big stoppage victory over Lucas Almeida at UFC 296, which also came here in Las Vegas at T-Mobile Arena.
The second time you step forward, opposite stance. Be ready for that. There, keep the spacing, return.
Ige, left hook.
Stay longer.
He's got one punch power that he's shown in the past.
Well, you watch Ige and he's just tight. Look at that, hands up, always in good position. That's one of the things you'll find from the guys that train the Extreme Couture.
Every time.
Eric Nitzig does a great job with his athletes, getting them to fight the right way.
And what's different about Fili is he's good at the long shots and those check hooks. You see those check hooks? That works really well for anybody short and powerful with overhand rights. You step outside that straight line and you hit him with the hooks. Fili's that hook. He's very good with those hooks stepping backwards.
It sounds like Fili's corner's telling him to maintain range, use his length like that. It seems like he can fight at this range and be relatively safe.
Well, he does that, and then he gets you to lunge in, and when you lunge in, he counters you with the hooks, the knees, or the high kicks. And he almost is pulling you in. He wants to pull Ige in. That's what he's looking for, those check hooks.
Yeah.
There, and then he gets the angle. He pulls you in, creates the angle, and then counters you on the angle. See, he's not really on the center line. That's why he switches stance when he moves backwards. Those check hooks.
Guard high.
Clean.
Nice jab there by Fili.
Fili split down the middle that time. 2 minutes in.
Right up the center. Yeah, right up the center. It's there. Right through that guard.
Fili busier through the early going in terms of output, but they've landed about the same amount of strikes thus far.
Step forward again. Top. That's it, I like the face.
Yeah, see, Fili's trying to get Ige to explode in down the line. That's why you're not seeing him commit super hard.
Oh!
That's the line.
Dan Ige sends another message.
Wow.
That's what he wanted to do.
One punch knockout.
Holy cow.
And one on the ground for good measure. Could earn him another 50K, as his nickname indicates.
He said, look, I don't throw that hard in practice, and this is the difference. That's what happens when you try to hurt your opponent versus when you take care of your training partners. That's the difference right there.
This is the chip on his shoulder.
Yep.
He didn't want to have
There
to
it
do
is.
that to a guy that he really likes and respects. but said it's all business and I got to turn it on tonight.
But that's one of those things, right? In practice, you pull that.
Yep.
You see that, you pull it. You don't throw it as hard as you can. In a fight with a 4-ounce glove, you let it fly.
Who lands first is the question.
Look at
Fili's
this.
trying to pull him back.
Boom.
He timed the jab and went right over the top. That's bread and butter. Ige right there. Wait for the jab, come over the top with the right hand. He was begging for that jab. Here it is right here, lazy jab, boom! I mean, he just timed that perfectly, knowing when it was coming. And that's the power of Ige right there.
Well, he said he would put any relationship and respect aside on fight night. He certainly did that, and I think he's wearing some emotion right now because man, that was a stiff one.
Yeah, he had a huge
Dan
chip
Ige.
on his shoulder from that one, and he let it all out.
I didn't want to fight you. I just had a big opportunity.
And now they'll put it all in the past. They'll be good buddies going forward. Dan Ige owns the moment. We'll hear from 50K coming up. Tomorrow. Meanwhile, back inside the Apex, we make this result official with Joe Martinez.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes officially 2 minutes, 43 seconds, round number 1. Your winner by way of knockout, Dan 50K